Hi Adnan, this is Ten-Seng, CVN student for database class. Here's my video for my website connected to the database. So I decided to use Java, and I wrote everything into the servlet. So I kind of based off the servlet example in the PDF that was given out on the course homepage. And here's the connection. So that's the database, part of the Amazon's AWS, and my login, and then my password right there. So, and it's all being done in the do-get function. It's basically writing the entire HTML page and loading content depending on what was queried. So I'm going to kick off the Tomcat and run it. So this is the interface. The purpose basically is to compare one NBA player to another based on their past performance, and you can sort based on since last season, since 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago, 4, 5, etc. You can also, which is a very nifty feature, narrow down their performance based on which team they faced, and also if it was a home or away game. I actually used this a couple days ago for 2 players on my team. I had one spot. They were both shooting guards, and I wanted to know which one was going to have a better game. So the example was Kent Bazemore. He's a shooting guard for the Atlanta Hawks. And then the other guy was Marcus Thornton. He's a shooting guard for the Houston Rockets. I have both of them on my team. And on, I guess it was Monday night, they both had games. Kent Bazemore was going to face New Orleans at home. And Marcus Thornton was going to face Brooklyn at home. So I wanted to see in the past, how did they do in the past against these teams. So you hit submit. When you hit submit, I did make the program print to the console the query, the actual query. So for Kent Bazemore, for the first player, this was the query. For Marcus Thornton, this was the query. And if I go ahead and take this query and go to my MySQL workbench and I run this query, I should get the same results right here. So field goal percentage, free throw percentage, average rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, turnovers, etc. Except that here on the HTML page, it's very well formatted. So I have bolded whoever has the advantage. So here Marcus Thornton had better field goal percentage, so that's bolded. So as you can see, Marcus Thornton has the edge, and therefore I started him over Kent Bazemore, and as it turns out, he did have a better game. So this was an example where this program did predict correctly. It also has very good input validation. So let's say I put my name here and resubmit. It says player 1 by the name of Ten-Seng does not exist. Please try again, and it won't try to query the other player. Likewise, if I leave the name blank, it will catch that also and will not let you do anything. One other unique situation is sometimes you'll have a tie where, because there's 10 categories, a player might have 5 in their favor and the other player might have the other 5. So then I have what's called the tiebreaker categories, is games missed, flagrant fouls, and number of ejections. So yeah, it was hard to find a case where 2 players matched, but I did find one, and that is the example of Kobe Bryant. since 2010-2011 season against the Spurs. Versus James Harden since last season, I'll leave that alone as default, versus also the Spurs. Both home and away for both players. So when I hit submit, you'll see that in the regular categories here, they tied 5-5. So then we look at the tiebreaker categories, the missed games per season, flagrant fouls, ejections. James Harden did slightly better in these categories, so therefore James Harden with the edge. So meaning if the Spurs were, if both of these players were facing the Spurs, I would go with James Harden based on these predictions. So that's pretty much it. I pretty much showed everything of the program. Yeah, so that's about it. Thanks for watching, Anand, and if you have any follow-up questions, I'd be happy to discuss that, or if you want to see more stuff, like I can even probably send you the code if you need it, or I might even try to look into using Heroku to host this over there, so that you could try it out there if you want. But that's pretty much it. Thank you so much, and talk to you later. See you soon. Bye. Thanks.